Hello, welcome to Dirt Rally 2 with Mistex24. Today we're again at Ourea Spevsi. I'm in the H3 class today in the Lancia Stratos. This is another car that I don't think I've ever had a world record in. So, very similar to the BMW. Um, to be honest, these two cars are very similar in a lot of different ways in the way that they drive. They both have a very easy tendency for the rear end to slip out easily. This car is very twitchy. The rear of the car likes to just go right away. Like the second you steer it, the rear is going out. So you have to be ready for it, and you have to drive around it. And it's something I think I've kind of finally figured out, and have been able to tune it out of the car a bit or make it a bit more manageable. I think more of the bumps and the jumps has done that more than anything. It's taken me a bit to figure out the suspension in this car, but I think I finally figured it out. So let's go take a look at the tune of the car here. Alright, we've got alignment, and we're at 0. This toe angle and camber angle on the front are default. Rear toe, I did move up to positive 0.4. The rear camber at -1 is default, I do believe. Let's see here, brake force. I'm at 1568 in this car. I find if you go one tick to the right from here, in a lot of cars around this area and anything higher than this, the wheels lock up really easily, and I just don't like locking the wheels up. I mean, yeah, you could use a little bit better brake control and you might get a little bit more braking out of it, but I don't really need more than this. And then when I go here, if I even use 100% brake, the wheels might lock, but they generally will not lock. So I'm getting no lock even at 100%, which for me it works out pretty well. So I do like to stab the brakes sometimes, and I don't want the wheels locking up at all. Brake bias, we're at 66%, my usual. Let's see here, rear LSD driving lock, I'm at 80%. This is really high for a driving lock on the rear. I think the BMW was 55% maxed out to the right, and this is substantial. Let's see here, LSD braking lock, this is 24. I think this goes pretty high as well. Yeah, it goes up to 80 as well, which in most of these rear-wheel drives have been running around 24% to like 32%, so somewhere around there. LSD preload, I'm at 80, which seems to be a pretty decent spot for a lot of these rear-wheel drives. It feels good. Let's see your gearing. So the final drive is default. I'm fairly positive on that. All these gears are pretty close to default. I moved first gear 4 clicks to the right, second gear 4 clicks to the right, third gear I went I think 6 to the right, and fourth gear I brought down a bit so it's a bit closer to third gear. Not much, I think it was maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 clicks. Fifth gear I brought down substantially because I really don't use fifth gear that much. Even with the gearing this way, I still don't. Probably geared a little differently, even so. From the way it is, it feels good this way though. One thing about the gearing, at least that I've found in most cars, it's not always the case, but it seems to be if you go 2 clicks like right on first gear, let's say, 2 clicks would be 1 more mile per hour to that gear. So I essentially added 2 miles per hour to first gear, 2 miles an hour to second gear, 3 miles an hour to third gear. I'm not exactly sure. I lost a mile an hour here and fifth gear. This is something to consider. That's how I've been able to kind of figure out the gearing. If I don't really know what to do, if I'm just looking for like a certain corner that I want to get a bit more speed out of, I'm maybe redlining a bit too much, I'll just add a mile an hour or 2, you know, and it doesn't affect it a bunch, but you do notice it. Let's see here, slow bump on the front, I'm at -2. Rebound is default at 0, and slow bump on the rear is -3, and slow rebound on the rear is 0, which is default. These rebounds feel really good like this with this the way it's set up. Let's see your front ride height. I'm at 28 millimeters on the front, almost all the way. One more click would be 30, so just 1 click to the left from being all the way up. Spring rate, I've brought this down a bit softer. The front end is really bouncy with the default spring rate. There's not much weight on the front of the car, so since the motor's mid-motored, the front doesn't have a lot of weight, so you don't need real stiff springs. So I made this fairly soft. I'm not running very firm roll bars, either front or rear, just because this car is very twitchy, like I said, and it takes the bumps pretty well now. I'm pretty sure if I were to bump these roll bars up, it would start getting pretty out of control fairly quickly, I think. I think I would find the rear to be uncontrollable, especially if I added some roll bar to the rear. I might add it to the front maybe, but I don't know, it's pretty iffy. Ride height on the rear is maxed out at 30, and spring rate I've brought down to 47.49, so it's fairly soft. Like I said, rear anti-roll bar is just 1. I went 1 click from the softest to the right there. Alright, let's go take the stage run, shall we? I'll meet you down there. Alright, Lancia Stratos, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The accelerator pedal has starting to produce a squeak. I think it's time to, it needs to get greased. Hopefully it doesn't, hopefully you can't hear it in the video. I don't think you can, but who knows. Whoa, that is sketchy. Alright. Come on, Stratos, let's do it. Man, I love this car now. Another car that I never really liked before, but I'm really starting to like it. She's a real beast. Oh, I hit that pretty good that time. Let's go. Just a little bit of brake for the hill. Get her set up for the corner. This car's rear end is very, very twitchy. And yet you have to drive the car around it because you can really get on the gas hard with it, but you have to counter steer early enough because you just have to realize the rear end, when you tell it to go a direction, the rear end goes quickly that direction. You just have to deal with it. But man, is it fun to drive once you get the hang of it. The high ride heights on this car working wonders here in Greece. Ooh, hit that pretty good. Like there, I just chuck the wheel a bit, she goes, and then onto the counter steer. Man, it feels so good. Oh, this part down here, this is where I'm going to make up all my time on my Ghost. I'm getting real close now, and I'm going to get it. This section right up here, I took a big bang with the Ghost. Stay away from the rocks, stay away from the far right of the road. Nope, no big bang this time. That's going to be way faster. Let's go. Man, this car is great. I love it. Oh, I have all these cars that I never liked driving before. I'm really starting to like all of them. Oh, I am blistering it. Let's go.
6 left, 80, 2 right. 80, 2 left.
Ooh,
Opens long.
caught her.
60.
This tricky corner. Try second gear this time. That worked a lot better. I used third gear around there last time. Second gear is the right choice. I made the gearing a little bit longer on all the gears by about 4 clicks. So like, whoa! Holy moly! Wow, I'll get back to that in a minute. Holy crap! All right, keep it going. Wow, that was sketchy. I am really lucky to still be here. Come on, baby, let's go. I put about 2 miles an hour more on every gear.
6 left, extra long.
That's two clicks is usually a mile per hour is what I found out. So, oh, get on it. Oh, I am blistering way faster than I was last run. I am on it. And we got so lucky back there. Come on, Stratos.
60.
Yeah. Oh man, took another bang.
50.
Oh man.
Into 3 right, very long.
Drive it like you stole it.
Caution, 2 left, very long, tightens.
It is just so responsive though. I think that's the thing about this car.
Middle of a jump.
It's really responsive. I mean, I even toned out the responsiveness in it. Man, it's jumping nice now. Second gear, first gear. Second gear, just floor it. Floor it, let's go. Come on, old girl. We're gonna get this. Don't mess it up now, let's go. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, I'm gonna smoke that time. Woo! Holy moly. Well then, so that time is 2 seconds faster than my previous BMW Group B time that I just did a few days ago. So that means the Group B has a lot more time to be brought down on it, which I kind of figured that, and I think I'm probably going to see what I can do there, but yeah, holy crap. I was like, the first sector was about the same, 0.1, I was faster. Second sector, 1.1. Third sector was another 1.1, and fourth sector was like what? Oh, almost 2 seconds. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, my previous best was a 342. Let's go take a look at the leaderboard, shall we? Oh man, that was fun. Okay, so here we are. I am in the Lancia Stratos, Ourea Spevsi wet, and I ran a 338.474. I'm 3.686 ahead of second place now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and do it in Group B rear-wheel drive again. I might just do that on my own time, because yeah, that's 338. That's like I said, almost 2 seconds faster. Boy, that's got me thinking. All right, I'm gonna go watch the replay, and I will talk to everybody next time. Peace.